doors is open then for the Dodson Horrors CSIO B125 Nations Cup first round, with our 7 teams coming forward. Distance time allowed 79.
You take Hello and welcome to the FEI Youth Nations Cup here in Belgium. Centaur Park not only played host to the first European leg of the Youth Nations Cup series, but also presents the final instalment of the 2023 season. The first day of competition features the Nations Cup qualifiers. We've already seen from the juniors this morning, and it was great to see those top 6 teams heading into the final on Sunday. Don't forget, you can keep yourselves up to date with all those scores just by searching online.keep.com. But now we look to the Ponies. There are 7 nations that come forward, and because there's 8 or less, that means that all of these teams, unless eliminated, will be coming back to the final on Sunday, and they'll also not be taking part in the Challenge Cup, because the Challenge Cup on the penultimate day of competition is just for those teams that don't make it into the final. So the next time we'll be seeing the team of Ponies coming forward from these 7 nations will be in the final on Sunday. We wish them all the very best of luck, and let's take a quick look at the track that's brought forward. 12 fences, 15 jumping efforts with the double combination at 6 AB, the treble at 9 ABC, heading back towards home. Great Britain's Rafael Suarez, the mastermind behind the track, alongside his team of the Netherlands, Marco de Jong and Rens van der Gem, but Hendricks also with them from Belgium. Those 4 individuals putting forward a great track that was fabulous to watch in the juniors, but it's now all about the Ponies. Looking at the likes of the Netherlands coming forward, they'll be getting us underway. Switzerland, Ireland, Sweden, Germany, Great Britain and Belgium to round out the 7 of those 7 teams. We see the first of each of the teams come forward, then the second, the third and the fourth, with the best 3 scores combined, the jumping and the time penalties combined, to make that overall team score, with 1 discarded score from the team. And just like we're going to be seeing all of them coming back for the final, they'll also be carrying those faults through to the final as well on this occasion. The juniors, the young riders and the children won't be, but the Ponies will, because of the number of riders that come forward. We start first with the Netherlands in the Ponies, who've been in great form this year. Had a great run here at Centaur Park in the first of the European legs of the Youth Nations Cup. And we look to Eva Eden van Grunsven to get us started on Special Lady, part of the Pony European team in Le Mans, France, back in July. And, of course, saw them on the Nations Cup team in Hagen and at Centaur back in March. Eva Eden van Grunsven, Special Lady, the first to go for the Netherlands. Manages to navigate safely through the treble combination and the Aloga auction vertical at number 10. It's a good run for them there. Comes back now right-handed to the final line. Just the triple bar and the vertical to jump. And goes clear, 76.26. The first to go, Eva Eden van Grunsven, and Special Lady for the Netherlands. Puts them in a good spot. Remember, it's the top 3 scores combined for that final team position. The Ponies will be carrying their faults through to the final on Sunday. But Switzerland comes forward now. Laura Andre has the ride of Clementine, the ride that took her to some good positions at the Nations Cup show at Hagen back in June. And Switzerland, who have had some good results in the European final standings for the Ponies. Some top 5 placings, the likes of Lepretazen in Austria. But just not quite getting the shot they wanted to the third. They'll come back round and have another go, but it puts 4 jumping faults on the card. And the time will keep ticking on in the background. 79 seconds, the time allowed. Yeah, sadly not meant to be there. Fernando Laurent and Clementine find themselves eliminated, so that will, I imagine, be the discarded score. There's obviously 3 more still to jump for Switzerland. We'll be coming to those later on, but over to Ireland now. Ireland, who've gained their place in the final in the junior competition. Will the good form continue, though, for the Ponies? It's Kiandor and Sparkling Lackamore. Joey, the same partnership that were out winning in the team championship at the Pony Europeans in France back in July, and further back sees many a good performance and Nations Cup run for this partnership. Kiandor for Ireland, the first of 4 for our third team. (75-5-0), and it's clear for Ireland's Kiandor and Sparkling Lackamore. Joey gets Ireland off to a good start. The second of the clear rounds we've seen. We've had 1 for the Netherlands and 1 for Ireland. Will we get 1 for Sweden, the team that were out being placed on the podium in Germany back in June, the last of the qualifying legs of the FEI Youth Nations Cup? Selma Gustafsson Thelen and Barra Valley Shadow, the first of 4 for Sweden. No problems there at the third. Sweeps round to the vertical at 4. In very shallow cups, they want to show that some respect. But no problems in the early part of the track now to the double combination at 6A and B. The first rider for Sweden, Selma Gustafsson Thelen, Barra Valley Shadow. Just the 4 jumping faults, the time 74.80. The time allowed is set at 79 seconds, which proved a little bit more influential than expected in the juniors. For the most part, it's not proved too much of a reach for those in the Ponies, travelling at a speed of 350 metres per minute. Germany's Karl Brock's team next, Antonia Halther and Beskit Hrob. The horse rider pairing that have been out jumping into the top 10 in a lot of the international pony classes out in Germany at Hagen. The same location that put forward the last of the qualifying legs of the Youth Nations Cup. And it was Team Ireland that were out winning there. Ireland also winning in the Netherlands, in France, and here at Centaur at the start of the year. Germany, who sit third in those overall European rankings. Antonia Hassler, Buzzkit Rob, the first for Germany. Makes that right-handed turn round to the penultimate. And there's 8 jumping faults on the card for now. Perhaps we'll be knocking on the door of time penalties as well. Yep, they'll do just that. It's a total score of 14, that 80-77 combination of jumping and time. The first for Germany, 12 for jumping, 2 for time, Antonia Hassler and Buzzkid Rob. To Great Britain, didn't quite manage to secure their place in the final in the juniors. They'll be coming in the Challenge Cup on the penultimate day. Will the ponies have better luck? It's Neil 55, the ride for Isabella Rogers, the British rider that was part of the Pony European team in France back in July. Took a bronze medal there, in fact, and won here at Centaur, the first European leg of this 2023 series. Neil 55, the 11-year-old, side by Tangela van der Zuidhoeven. He's jumped very successfully in the international classes up to now. The first rider for Great Britain. Isabella Rogers to the 5th. (78-28), and they'll be pleased with that. Isabella Rogers, Neil 55, puts a clear round on the board for Great Britain. The first of their 4 combinations. We're seeing the likes of Georgia Cooper Hall, Katie Bradburn, and Madison Seedhouse all coming forward to try and secure their place in the final. But to be fair, that place is already secured because of the number of teams that are presenting in this first qualifier. All of them will be coming back to the final on the last day of competition, providing they don't get eliminated. Laura Tiskens and Neveo up now for Belgium. Belgium, who back here at Centaur in April took a 4th position, equal 4th in fact. And can they better the score here this week? Neveo and Laura Tiskens. And in fact, just receiving news now that the time allowed has been adjusted and has been adjusted to 81 seconds. That'll knock some time penalties off. So Antonia Hassler that picked up 2 time penalties with her time of 80.77 earlier on, and that's been removed. The new time allowed 81 seconds for those watching at home. 78.09, and it is clear round number 1 for Belgium. Laura Tistens and Neveo. 3 riders still to come for them, but we go to the second rider now for that of the Netherlands. Netherlands already with 1 clear round. What form they were in the junior competition earlier on this morning. Will the ponies do the same? It's Neer Fransen and Peter van der Groenhoevel, the second for the Netherlands. And a reminder, the time allowed has been adjusted. 81 seconds now for the ponies. Gets quite deep to the Oxer there after the water at fence number 8. Let's see how they get on through this treble. The 2 verticals through to the Oxer, A and B, and now C clear as well, followed by that vertical coming away at number 10. Just the 2 fences to go for Neer Fransen, Piotr van der Groenhoevel, the second of the riders for the Netherlands. Into time penalties they go, 82.89 to commence seconds over the time allowed of 81 seconds. Puts 2 time penalties on the card, but could still be finishing with the best final score of 0. We'll be following their progress through the competition. And back we go to Switzerland. Laura Andre, the first to go, was eliminated sadly on track, but we'll let Elsa Kratinger have better luck on Blackjack Yumbiev. The first of the Nations Cup runs for Elsa, but certainly not their first time in a championship team, because they were out in France at the Pony Europeans as part of Team Switzerland. Down comes the 10th as well, so puts 8 jumping faults on the card, and the last 2, the vertical 12 for jumping, 74.37. That final fence has proved quite a challenge. It certainly did in the juniors. Perhaps that'll be the case for the ponies as well. A couple have had it down in the early stages. Emily Maloney for Ireland now with Lady Crown. Emily, who was part of the Nations Cup winning team here at Centaur Park back in April. Centaur Park played host to the first of the European legs of this Youth Nations Cup series, and also host of the final as well. We come full circle back to Belgium. Emily Maloney, Lady Crown, Ireland, who are on a clear round so far. And could very easily, looking at the form of the riders that have been coming forward so far, could find themselves in a good position heading to the final on Sunday. To the final fence they come. They're certainly okay for time and keeps all the fences up and in the cups. Emily Maloney has a quick glance over her shoulder just to make sure the vertical very much still in situ. It certainly is. 77.33 is where they stop the clock. Ireland still running on a clear. But from Ireland we go to Sweden. Anna Noble has the ride of Rennie Harney-Boy. They were in Le Mans back in July, not jumping for the Europeans, but did have some really good runs in the small and big tour classes. A height of 1.20 m and 1.25 m, many a top 10 finish for them there. Could they provide Sweden with their first clear? Just gets that little bit hung up through those doubles. 6A, 6B, and goes clear of the water. And with jumping penalties coming up onto the card, it does mean that Sweden's best potential finish score is out of 4 faults. The best 3 scores combined to give the overall team result 1 discarded score. The last part of the treble going as well. So to the final fence comes Sweden's Anna Noble by Harney-Boy, and the last comes as well. 22 the final score. With a combination of jumping and time, it's 20 for jumping, 2 for time, 82.17 is the final time up on the board. Leonie Asman and Hankin-Fax Edge. Hankin-Fax Edge, the 10-year-old map. Side by Halifax that comes forward. That's the second of 4 rides for Germany. We'll be seeing from Finny-Amélie Nabois and Leonie Panda towards the end of the class. Carl Brox in the chef de keep position for the Germany pole team. We'll come round to have another shot at that, just having that little bit of a disagreement in the early part of the track. And goes clear on the second attempt, the vertical at 4. Now riding with that little bit more conviction as they see a wonderful shot to the Oxer at 5. Onwards they go. And with that refusal, sadly, they're into time penalties too. Leonie Asman and Hankin-Fax Edge, 4 for jumping, 7 for time. It's a total of 11 penalties in 87.03. And over the first comes Great Britain's Georgia Cooper-Hall. Saxton Freedom, part of the silver medal winning team of the Nations Cup Series this year in Austria. And in the bronze medal finishing team, the Pony Europeans in Le Mans, back in France. They won here at Centaur in March in the international pony classes on the 13-year-old Irish bred by Louis Dam. It's Saxton Freedom and Georgia Cooper-Hall. Already got a clear round on the card for Great Britain. Isabella Rogers achieved that some while ago. Will Georgia Cooper Hall make it 2 for 2? Georgia Cooper Hall, Saxton Freedom. The last goes down. It is just the 4 for jumping, but they do have the potential of discarding that score. Could still be going through on a clear round. Now, all the teams may be coming back to the final on Sunday, but because they're all coming back due to the number of teams that present in this qualifying round, they'll be joining us with their faults carried forward. So all the benefit to be going clear in this first round. Marthe, Louise Dieu and Swarovski up now. Another rider part of their European team for Belgium. Belgium who are on a clear round for now. Further back, not only jumping in the likes of the European Championships, but also in the Nations Cup too. Jumped at Gola Minore and here at Centaur at the start of the year. Good run there. Good run indeed. Both Lizzie and Swarovski. Clear in the time of 77.43. Belgium remain on a clear round. But from Belgium, we go to the Netherlands now. It's Harenske van de Middenop and Dollarboy, the second that takes centre stage. The Netherlands, having had one on a clear and one just picking up time penalties, could still be competing in the final on a score of 0. Those faults carried through. Off to a good start though for Harenske van de Middenop for the Netherlands. Clear at 4. Vertical at the last comes down to, it's a total of 8 in 79.11. Harenske van Middenop. Harenske van Middenop.
Victoria back next to come forward for Switzerland. He's had 3 international pony internationals this year with good success in all of them with this pony, Valero de Terrapin.
So in terms of the Netherlands, they've got 1 clear, 1 on 2, 1 on 8. So discarding score theory puts them on a best finish of 2 in this qualifier in the first round. Victoria Beck up now, and Bolero de Tipen comes for Switzerland, the third of the 4 riders to contest. Sat with 12 at the moment, and with 4 on the card of Victoria Beck, it's the best potential finish of 16 jumping faults for now, at the halfway mark around this track of 12 fences and 15 jumping efforts. Full vaults it is there for Victoria Beck and Bolero de Tipen. 79.35 the time. So over we go to Ireland for the third time. It's Ireland's Paddy Rip and Fernando. Ireland, who are clear at the moment. Will they make it 3 for 3? They've already had a good run, or Paddy's already had a good run, had a top 2 finish in the under meter 25 big tour earlier on this morning. But now on his Nations Cup ride of Fernando for Ireland. Not quite able to make it 3 clears, but it is just the 4 jumping faults. 78.61 Ireland's Paddy Reap and Fernando still mean that Ireland could be finishing on a best score of a clear round. They've got 1 to come forward. That means James Derwin must go clear if Ireland wants to finish on 0. Corby Legend and Mika Land. It is Sweden that come next. Potential best finish for them of 4 jumping faults, 2 to go. Mika Land and Corby Legend. That vertical coming down time and time again. 76.178 it is, so puts Sweden into 6 on a total of 12 for now, and they've still got one more to jump. It'll be Viggo Bröstrand and Garth Maralad that come next. But to Germany, and it is Finja Neba and Sakato. Gets neatly through the treble combination, slightly curving line to the vertical at 10, but just the 2 fences to jump for Finja Neba Sakato. And the last comes 2, total of 16.76.06. And on the topic of jumping faults, it's just been confirmed by the ground jury who've been reviewing the footage. In fact, Isabella Rogers and Neil 55 for Great Britain did in fact have fence number 2 down. So it is 4 jumping faults on the card for them, and they have a best finish score of 4 faults at the moment. And over we go to Great Britain. Katie Bradburn and Ardo Boy, the 15-year-old that took the ride in April. Xanthian Stimaric has already picked up multiple national placings at the height of 1m30, and although nominated for the Pony Europeans in July, it's the first time that Katie's been part of the international British team. So could see Great Britain finish on for the next 2 riders, including Katie Bradburn, would have to go clear. .77.27 the time. It is the 2 down, so a total of 8 for Katie Bradburn and Ardo Boy. So puts Great Britain onto a best finishing score of 8. They've got 1 to go, and Belgium comes up next. They've got a team score of 0 at the moment. Could that remain the same as Julie van Olukbeck? Comes now with Orkest Orisk, the same ride that she was jumping in the Pony Grand Prix at Valkenswaard just last month. Now could be putting Belgium into a really good spot on the leaderboard. It's only Ireland that are on a score of 0 at the moment. They've got another rider to come. This is the last of rider number 3s. So the final rider for each of the teams still to come. 4 it is. And number 4. So makes that left-handed turn around the Mercedes to this iridescent Oxer at 5. comes to the first part of the treble there, and Orkestorisk just ducks away to the right-hand side and sadly parts company with Julie van Olepek. So for a moment we just allow the teams to deal with that on the arena floor. Be back with you very shortly indeed with all the sporting action. But let's take a look at the standings as they look at the moment. It's Ireland that are on a clear. Belgium also on a clear, but there's plenty more still to come. If you've just tuned in to the programme, you join us for the FEI Jumping Nations Cup, the youth sections, and it's the pony category that's jumping now. Saw the junior riders earlier on this morning. The top 6 of those heading through to the final and gaining their qualification. In the pony category, all 7 teams will be coming back. None of them jumping in the Challenge Cup on the penultimate day, since all the teams coming back, due to the fact that 8 or less teams present in this qualifier round. And don't forget, you can keep yourselves up to date with all the scores as we see them here. You can find those online at online.akeep.com, and if you've missed any of the action from the Nations Cup, you can watch it all back on Clip My Horse TV. You can find it through FEI TV as well. And then later on this afternoon, because it's certainly not over yet, we'll be looking to the young riders, their qualifying round. I'll be getting underway here in Belgium at around 1:30 this afternoon. Look to keep you updated if any changes to that time does occur.
Right, final team members it is, and this is the state of play. Belgium could finish faultless.
So we are back as the arena's cleared, and we look to our next 2 come forward.
Please just ignore that bell for one moment, for the simple reason our chrono is in the arena. So apologies about that, we'll get things back underway once Steve is back on the scene, but obviously has to do this. So best scenario for the Netherlands is 2, best scenario for Switzerland 16, Ireland can finish clear, Sweden can finish on 12, Germany will be on at least 25, Great Britain at least 8, Belgium can finish clear. Remembering the Pony Nations Cup, those spots do carry forward to the final. We take all 7 teams later this weekend. So Bethany Voss it is, Nashville B.
To the Netherlands we go, and it's Bethany Voss that has the ride of this one. It's Nashville B, part of the European team for the Ponies in Le Mans in France back in July. And the same partnership that were at the Nations Cup teams in Hagen and in Zuidveld as well. The Netherlands, who sit in 4th in the overall European final standings, took 2nd here at Centaur back in April. Well, they have another good finish. The Netherlands could be finishing on a best score of 2, puts them in a good position in those overall team scores. Ireland and Belgium could be finishing on a score of 0 as well. Definitely all to play for, and with the Ponies they'll be carrying the faults through to the final on Sunday as well. All the reason to go clear here in the qualifying round. They won't be starting on 0. The juniors, the young riders and the children on horses, they'll be starting on 0. Different story though for the Ponies. Neatly through the treble and the Aloga auction, vertical at 10. With Bethany Voss and Nashville B to the final line. Will the vertical remain up and in the cups? Ah, no, it goes. The knees hit that 74.46 and the total of 4 for jumping. Bethany Voss and Nashville B. So that sees the Netherlands finish on a total score of 6 in the first round of the Ponies FEI Nations Cup Youth. Switzerland now, Victoria Shabakov and Tankersdown Dreamer. Switzerland, who could be finishing on a score of 16, one eliminated, one on 12, one on 4, and if we're discounting one score and combining the best 3, 16 is the best that they could have. Could this be the first of the clears for Switzerland? The vertical stays up this time. It is the full faults. The full faults there, 76-86. The last rider to go for Switzerland, Victoria Shabakov and Tankersdown Dreamer. James Derwin takes centre stage next. Rinkula Babog, he rides for Ireland. Ireland, one of 2 teams that could be finishing on a score of 0. Belgium, the other one that's part of that statistic. The last rider for Ireland. James Derwin, Rinkula Babog, who are saying at the top of the programme that Ireland have really been pushing hard throughout the pony competition, the juniors as well, that we saw from this morning. They won here in the pony classes at Centaur in France. They won at the Netherlands as well in the penultimate leg of this Youth Nations Cup, and won in Germany just some months ago in June at Hagen. But it's an early 4 faults. It means the best final score for Ireland could be 4 penalties now. They don't want any more penalties on the card. So this will be the discounted score. James Derwin, Rinkula Babog. There's 8 jumping penalties for now, but if we combine the best 3 scores that Ireland have produced so far, we'll finish on 4. And the times come into play as well. It's not just a combination of the jumping penalties, but the time as well. 8 it is, 77-1-1. James Derwin, Rinkula Babog, the last of 4 riders here for Ireland. To Sweden, and Viggo Bergstrand, Gareth Marlad, the ride. Viggo Bergstrand, he was out jumping in the international pony classes, Drammen in Norway, just some weeks ago. Further back, sees them part of the Nations Cup team in Drammen. And here at Centaur back at the end of March, the start of April. Team Sweden, who are in 5th overall in the final pony standings, picking up their best results in Germany on the final leg of the qualifying rounds, finishing joint 2nd place there. Viggo Bergstrand, Gareth Marlad, the last for Sweden. Vertical landing in the water tray beneath Viggo Besfrand and Guth Marlad see Sweden finish with a total score of 20. 76-24, a total of 8 jumping there, the fourth of the 4 riders for Sweden. But now we turn to Germany, and it's Leonie Panda that's the last of their 4 riders. Indy Mill A, she brings forward next. It's the pony that was jumping as part of the German European team at Le Mans in July. Had some top 10 finishes there in the team championship. Also jumped in the Nations Cup team here at Centaur at the start of the year, the first of the European legs of this 2023 series. To the last they go then, it's Germany's Leonie Panda, Indy Mill A. For jumping fault, 76.17 the time. Sees Germany finish with a total score of 27 in this qualification round. To Great Britain we go then, could have a best potential finish of 8 jumping penalties. It's the last of the 4 riders to come forward, Vaughan de Vuzet and Madison Seedhouse. Winner of the Pony 1 meter 30 Grand Prix at Lamprechtshausen Youth Festival in Austria back in May, and the good form's continued really since then, with a Nations Cup run in Zuidveld and a bronze medal team result with the Pony Europeans in July. And great to see them back here at Centaur, having finished on the podium and in one of the Grand Prix classes back in March. Madison Seedhouse and Vaughan de Vuzet. That is very nicely done indeed. 73.86. It's the only clear round we've seen from Great Britain in this pony competition. Madison Seedhouse and Vaughan de Vuzet. So, we turn next to Belgium. They could finish on a score of 0. Robin Vermeer and Christel Sparker van Bigveld. So they are the last to go. The last to go in this qualification round for the ponies. Christel Sparko van Bigveld and Robin Vermeer for Belgium could go into the final on Sunday on a score of 0. Not too far behind them will be Ireland on 4, the Netherlands on 6, Great Britain on 8, who sit in 4th place for now. This a rider that has been in tremendous form this year. Wins in Le Mans, wins in Valkenswaard. And at the moment, could be going for more good results here. One of very few clear rounds that could be put forward in this pony competition. The young riders to come just a little while with an individual class in between. So, clear over the vertical they go, fine for time, 74.98, and it's clear for Robin Fumier. Christa Sparker van Biegveld and Belgium finish with a score of 0, the only team to do that in this pony competition. Ireland goes second, the Netherlands third, Great Britain fourth, Sweden fifth, Switzerland in sixth, and Germany wrap up the top 7. Remember then, in this pony competition, we'll be seeing all the ponies coming back to jump on the final day. That's because 8 or less teams started in this qualifying round. And that also means that the Challenge Cup held on the penultimate day, that normally sees all teams in it that don't qualify for the final, that won't be happening for the ponies because they'll all be going into that final. One less class on the roster. Thank you very much for joining us here this morning at Centaur Park. It is the first day of the FEI Youth Nations Cup, and we'll be having the young riders in just a little while. The beginning going at 1:30 here this afternoon, jumping the height of a metre 45. Wish them all the very best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on FEI TV and Clip My Horse TV. We will be back with the young riders this afternoon.
time for Hannah and Sharkarisa PS. Back to Great Britain now. It's Olivia Banks is next to go. Mike Granta is the ride. The Dutch bred Gallic. The Dutch bred mare, in fact, is just a 6-year-old. This one. Olivia Banks, Mike Granta, Great Britain. .66.90 is the time there for Olivia Banks. It's clear all the way into 11th place at the moment. Down to the final 10 then is Deborah Berger is next to go for Switzerland. Lisbon de la Haye is the ride. Belgian bred is this mare by Cornetel Belansky and Devon Decimally on the down line. 6-year-old Deborah Berger, Switzerland. It's clear all the way there for Deborah. 71.40 is the time. 13th place for Lisbon de la Haye. Carlos Borrogiro is next to go for Spain. Baltic de Hurad Z.
Where I went married, what happened? He's go married another girl. When he's married another girl, I am very, very sad. I can't walk, like cut at my legs. How he's married different lady, I no believe. After 1 month, I am sent up in balcony. Some bomb come for my eyes. My eyes gone. My eyes gone in pound now.
Hey, what's the big idea?
72-70, the time there is clear all the way for Carlos and Baltic de Huran. Lawrence Ricken next to go. Perel van der Tup is next. HO Gunning by Arco and non-stop Lawrence Ricken. (86.10) is the time. It's 8 for jumping, 6 for time, 14 is the total. 7 left to go. Lisa van der Westenbrugge is next to go. Top level for the Netherlands.
Home on the 12 there for the only 76.8 read. So 2 left to come forwards. Millie Davis's turn now for Great Britain, sitting in 3rd place with the first pony. We'll go a couple of places higher with Teach or Joey. All good for Millie. It's 2 clears, and Millie's now 3rd and 4th. Goes into 3rd there with Teach or Joey clear 75.67. Well done. So Poland is last to go. Victoria Kaplana. Lexus is the ride by P. Nemo. That time to beat. Denmark's leading 71.89. Nay, last fence goes, good time, 71.15, but it does go into 6th place for Victoria Storlina. So, congratulations to our victor. Denmark take the victory with Palmer Sophie, Guy Janssen Christian, 71.89. Lily Toomey takes the 2nd for Ireland. Millie Davis in 3rd and 4th for Great Britain. Olivia Dresser for Denmark taking the 4th place. And 6th going to Victoria Kralina for Poland. Congratulations to all. We will bring you the presentation of awards in just a few moments' time. And to let you know, the next class will be starting at 1:45, 13:45. Presentation, though, of the pony individual is on the way. Congratulations to all concerned with our winning the Pony Policia Avalon competition. It produced 4 players, and Mara and Sophie were the best of those and the fastest. Congratulations to you. Well done.
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
So 145 for the next class it is. That's where we're at here at Centaur. 145 for the young riders. We'll let you know when we're ready. The restaurant is open. You can get yourselves a bit of lunch. We'll see you shortly.